Welcome to the train station. If I recall correctly, the train station is annoying for secrets because the teddy bear's in the last segment, so you don't have to worry about it until you get to the sniper part. I think there's only 2 secrets in the first part. Then there's 2 on the train, and then there's 1 on the last bit. No, there's 2 on the train, and there's 1 on the... Or there's 1 on the train. No, wait. First one is... I forgot. I don't think I got that on my first one. But I know the second one is you have to go backtrack on the train. Then there's behind the section where you have to jump trains. There's... Was it in the water tower? No, that was an imbuement. I don't think that counted. But there was one at the building you stop at. And then the teddy bear... No, that's where the teddy bear is. So I think you get all the secrets before you get to the guy section. I like how this implies that the enemy's like preparing and loading up and getting their own gear sorted, but it's also like, yeah, you're stealing their stuff like a jerk. How's this the fucking fairground? Oh, God, look at how... Listen, man. That looks like shit, okay? I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but that looks fucking garbage. Damn! I give a lot of fanfic shit, and I'm not as mean about a lot of video game stuff, but holy shit, that looks like... That looks terrible. Oh. Like, extend the effect or do something else. Oh, man, you're half-assing it there. That needs polish. I love this little side part, because it doesn't open. Yeah, well, welcome to the fucking train station. Why am I using this? Oh yeah, I don't have my thing on. I'm not gonna ask. Fire rate's pretty good. Makes the fanning option look a little weird though. Whole ass medical kit. I mean, to be fair, that's probably there if you do a pistol start. I don't say you should always support things like pistol start in your games. It's always cute if you do. But it's fine if it's rough. You just got to make sure that the ammo counts work out for the level itself, because you don't know what people are entering with, and pistol start's not the only problem there. Pistol start is just like, do you have the guns? Again, somehow those shotgunners always get me. I'm just not very smart when it comes to those specific kind of shotgunner setups. I like this one because you don't have to go back here at all. You don't have to come back here. That trap is there for people who are a little weird about it. A key. That's all it is. I do prefer if the martyr explosions happen a little faster, but I know why they don't do that. Because it would kind of kill the pacing. There's an adept. And then there's 18,000 goddamn lockers. I wish this was a push and hold situation. You know, I complained about how, or I mentioned at least, that the game called Heartbound is like, it tries to make you care for characters without establishing those characters fast enough for that to work, so it needs more game is the way I put it. My personal favorite is how it's like, man, we spent a whole day outside, and it's been like 2 minutes for the player. Like, there's no physicality to the situation. And as I think about that, I'm like, you know, part of your problem is you don't have enough game. And Deadeye's pretty good. Deadeye's pretty good. But I got abilities on, because why not? I do think that ability has one major issue, and that's that none of the powers really... I guess he never said that he was going to balance it or anything, so fair enough, but it really does feel like it's like focus, and then that, and you're good to go. And because of how many you get, it is technically better than... It's better than going with vanilla. Which is kind of weird in context. Like, I know why, because otherwise you get 10, and that's not nearly enough to buy anything, and you don't want to make it too cheap. You want to... God, that's such a headache. I'm honestly baffled you kept this shit in. I'm getting a headache just thinking about the logistics. Wait, that's where the afflicted is. Oh. Oh, God, I wasted that. Twish. Beer bottle. But that's probably detritus. No. It's sticking around. But it's probably still actually a detritus prop, so it doesn't actually count, shall we say. I guess there's just a sten here. When we get the key from the manager, that's a secret. That's for some reason, that's a fucking secret. I think that's the first one, right? That is the first one. It's the only one you can get before you have to go on the train. So for some reason, there's an afflicted around here somewhere. If you fall down there, you're basically screwed. There he is. I don't know why he's here. I think he's the only enemy up here. This place is super awkward for him to navigate, but... There you go, I guess. The map says there's stuff down there, but I don't think you can go there. You might want to clean that up, map man. Map maker man, you might want to clean that one up, put a little spit and polish in there, because that's not how the actual map works. And there's a guy back here. He doesn't have anything. He's implied lore, I guess. Not much else. Look, I already have 10 fucking humans left over. I mean, we're almost at the end. And it's fair enough that you want to get those powers going sooner rather than later. And here's the other nick I found. These are not secrets. And again, I like that. I like that it's just like for funsies. Oh no. I like how if you go for whole heart, like he'll stay in place, you know. You got that angle. I don't know if that's good for the game though. Cool. Get a little of each. I guess taking over enemies makes more sense because martyrs are really strong if you can corrupt them. Because a corrupted martyr will run to its friends, shall we say? God, that's actually a really fun way to deal with martyrs. This guy's fucking drunk out of his mind. So yeah, some TNT. I don't know if he's a cultist or not. Give me a gun. Oh, he's so mad. Is the implication that if you're super drunk, the will doesn't affect you anymore? That the will loses grip on you? That's fucking hilarious. Eldritch God can't match up to dude who's just a little drunk. I guess that's why this works this way. Probably because, I don't know, maybe fire rate's a little too high if you can do both at once. Anyway, this area is dumb, because it's like straight up admitting that this is how these props work. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about the fact that you're basically admitting that that's real. That's in-universe, makes sense for these characters to hide things like that. Or maybe it is like, you know, this is how we see the world, and from their perspective, it makes sense that you would try to hide it like that. It's like, that's the hardest part in the bush to find anything. I don't know why this tunnel... Oh, I forgot about that. To be honest, I've run into them in the other playthrough too. And I just remember that only after it stopped being relevant to the conversation. I am sitting here, right, and I'm going, it'd be cool if you could just jump over those, and the maps were a bit more open like that, and it didn't care as much about progression. Speedruns would look pretty cool. But I do wonder what that would do to the rest of the game design for newbie players. Like, how likely is it for a newbie to make those moves, you know, to pull off those stunts? It's a really good question. Like, is that a risk you want to take? Or is that a risk best untaken? It's a very dynamic environment when, truth be told, we're not even going to bother with half of the stuff. Uh-oh, what happened? Fuck it, man. What even is in that bomb? Is it like special blood to get rid of people who have willpower, with the power of the will? Because that'd be neat. I mean, that's lore stuff you don't really bother with in games like these, but you know what I mean. I'm surprised they don't repopulate this hallway. Maybe in extreme mode? Oh, this isn't technically the train yet. Oh, I forget. There's a lot of Chosen right now. No, not taking that risk, man. You won't catch me out there without a Garen fucking T. This is a cute secret, because, like, you probably never even noticed that door. So it's a very cute one where it's like, oh, that door was there. Like, you do unlock it, so it's like, you're not like, oh, I could have been there earlier. It's not even the thing you really want to get earlier necessarily either, so. Oh, that gun's already there, but the dude ain't. So, let's just use this, I guess. It's a cute one. I'll give it that much. But it's also one of those things that hits you once. Oh shit, he survived that. I don't think this gun is useful right now. Because what I really want to do is I want to set him on fire. This is secret number 3. Why do you have those? What are they for? Mechanically speaking. Because usually in train levels, it's like, oh, don't get caught out on top of the train during this moment. That's what games like Donkey Kong 64 and stuff do with it, at least. Man, could you imagine if I had one more shell? 2 adepts with 1 full reload is a little much. Yeah, I'm starting to see what that gun is meant to do. Anyway, this part's a little goofy, because... You're supposed to come out, buddy. I got a guy had me with a chainsaw, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really in the mood. Such a... You know, when Blood did the whole train thing, it was mechanically impressive. God, I'm in the part of my playthrough where I'm like, I don't care about my... I care about my TNT. Because, you know... And there's an imbuement in here, and this one is the actual one of the level. Because there's always an imbuement in a level. Go correctly, go back here, and then go around here, and then you get your little prize. You know, you can't argue with weapon parts. I mean, you can, and maybe you should. I like how there's a fire axe there, too. Sure, we upgrade the revolver, then. I'm never going to use it, but fuck it. It's the upgrade that's worth getting. I still think, like, the original thing that plays when you find the chainsaw guy, that's still one of the spookiest ones out there. Because it really sounds like you did something terrible you shouldn't have done. Oh yeah, I love when I first did this in my first playthrough when I was a big scaredy cat, and I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? And I was, oh, it's a ghost. Okay, cool. That really deflated the tension for me, you know? Nothing quite deflates the tension like figuring out, oh, it's just a ghost. It's the exact enemy you've already met before, you know? Cult Gate Key. You're never gonna give it a cool name like Cool Gate Key? Just call it Cool Gate Key, man. It's fine. How does any of this make any sense? Oh, we're just gonna crawl on a whole different train. Level of the resistance here is a little more meh. Should have turned on this. Makes a lot more sense. Because it is a defensive power-up, which I feel is a bit much. Like, on top of everything else, this thing also has defensive capabilities. Oh shit, he's gonna blow. Should have had some health items in there. Feels a bit more appropriate since they're like something you wouldn't immediately notice. Seffi, just turn on fucking slow mode, man. That's what it's for. You can jump around this? Probably, if you're like really good. But for us plebeians, it's time to deal with horrors. I think the downtime is a bit different than the other guns. Because with the others, you could clear out a little and then quickly go back. Oh shit, I never got that one? That's the fucking train achievement for knocking someone off a train. I forgot to get that one! Well, fair enough. That's on me. That's how you can tell that you're not going to make it to the front of the train, buddy. It's not a glass. I like how the driver stops. Who's the driver? How did he not notice anything that happened on this dang train? Like, this isn't any worse than we've done so far, buddy. So, this section, right? I know what it's about. It's about going like, hey, do you know there's a cool gun? I actually did a try at this where I, to put it bluntly, I went against the grain. Fun fact, if you set health modifiers, you get to keep them. Like, this whole section feels like it exists to give you some fun with the bolt-action rifle because they know you're not going to get fun with the bolt-action rifle in the level where you get it as the main character. Or as a friend of mine like to call it, it's an admission of defeat. So yeah, this is the cop as far as we can tell. The guy from the interlude. Because he has the nightstick! He also gets to keep any upgrades I think you get with this thing. Could just counter snipe a man. I wonder what the point was. Like, what inspires you to go, let's reset the inventory, put in something a little different, have a little fun with that. I like how well armed this guy is when you really get down to it. Like, look at what we're carrying. We're carrying full marks, man. Should he have these powers? Probably not. Is anyone gonna give a shit? Probably not. Ain't no one gonna call you about this mistake. Now, I know that I said that all the secrets you can get before you get to the section. But that doesn't mean there's not some things worth looking around for. Also very cute. I think this guy's kick jump isn't not at all there. The fact that he can dash at all is kind of goofy when you think about it. Because the dash is kind of implied to also be part of the power set, considering what it does and how it works. Normal human beings can't do this. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. So here's the sniper, and it's so strong, man. Bolt action. It's pretty good. Can't argue with that. And we're sluggish on the shots. The scope. Want you to do more sniping, I guess. God, I don't know why, I just low-key kind of love. Oh yeah, he gets to keep all my upgrades, cool. Another reason to upgrade the semi. Yeah, he doesn't get your imbuements, oddly enough. Or the upgrades from that, apparently. I guess it's an imbuement bonus. The game internally tracks it a certain way. So honestly, I'm impressed you went through the goddamn trouble to do that. Control Tower 2 and the crew quarters keys. Isn't that great? You have to collect 2 whole fucking separate keys to make all this shit work. No saw-off. It's the interlude, man. We have to introduce 2 new guns. And then we forgot to introduce a gun. Whoops! I was supposed to also introduce the bolt-action gun. Whoops! My bad. My B. You're an axe guy. Why are you up here? You tell me, buddy. Listen, you gotta style on these clowns sometimes, okay? Ow. Now we just kind of wait, you know? It's like... Why go... through the trouble ourselves? Oh yeah, do I have any Molotovs? Yeah, we'll be good. There's the bear. I want this. Dude, did that even make sense? There they are. But you're not gonna hide a little spider mine at the top of that? That's a joke about Ion Fury. Listen, I'm all about Ion Fury, and I get it, right? The little spider guys, you can just smack them with your little stick, and you'll be good to go. Doesn't mean I'm on board with the big idea they got. Shit, this isn't gonna work. I just feel like with this character there might be some merit to having him comment on the things that he sees, you know? But like, I know this guy. I can't believe he's here. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if you have this guy, right? And he always has fully upgraded kit. Everything he has is just maxed the fuck out. Implying he had his own little adventure, you know? Oh, it stopped before that. It's such a, like, we gotta make this plot work somehow. Where'd I leave the bear? Shit, I lost track of my bear. Beer! Bear! Please, baby. No reason to really look around. She's already got the imbuement. So just like, hey, do you want to get the bear thing? So, I mentioned that I did not get the bear up there. It's actually really simple. You go over here, you jump over here, and you just fucking hurl that bitch. And now he's up there somewhere. You can go pick him up when you're ready. There he is. I think anywhere in this room probably works. Probably not. I know that if you put him right here, you're good to go. There you go. Bye-bye. Look up there. I mean, we probably saw, like, that ladder. I'm a little weirded out that our character doesn't, like, immediately leave and intervene or anything. We're stuck in the train the whole way. Anyway, we get the explosion of the martyr, which is a cute cutscene. Why does this have so many cutscenes? Why are there so many, like, contrivances to make the plot work? Anyway, I'll probably record the rest of this later. I'm a little tired. Let's get out of this. I played too much Cultic of late. Ugh. Two more levels, and the bunker's a hell of a thing. Why is this? Can you wake up and you're not, like, in a corpse place for once? It's a morgue, it's somewhere else.